Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. Hey, I got a good one for you today. We're gonna go for a walk. I had to do it today. I'm down in Santa Barbara, just hang out with Scott Walters and Dan from I Allegedly. And he goes, man, you gotta go for a walk, Ninja. You gotta take everybody for a walk. I'm like, I don't like going on walks. It's because I get thrown off super easy. I don't know if you guys know that about me. We're gonna talk about a couple of news articles that I think are pretty big deal and dive right into that. 10,000 head of cattle just perished because of weather events that are very serious. And I've talked about this before, like I came out with a video about the sheep, the 15,000 sheep that died due to drowning. Now that was man caused, right? But we're seeing man-made causes of animals dying like crazy with the, what is it? The produce and animal facilities that are burning down across the country. And it's happening around the world too. But we're also seeing weather events, and we're seeing nature take animals, like what's going on with the bird flu. But what's interesting about the cattle is heat stress, killing an estimated 10,000 head of cattle. Now, I've talked about the amount of calories now that have just been lost. Every time an animal loses its life and we're unable to eat that animal, you're losing calories, right? Same thing when you cannot export wheat from the Ukraine because of the war over there. It's not just, I'm not doing a very good job of walking, huh? It's not just that Ukraine, they do not supply the whole world's wheat supply, but what happens is you now have a problem with, you have that many less or fewer calories available. The ninja does not do good with walking and talking. Dan, that's a really good thing you got going on there. Here's another story. It just came out. This came out within the last 24 hours. Another 2,000 head of cattle dead in southwest Kansas. And this is after the 10,000, another 2,000 gone, right? How many more are we going to see dead through these heat waves? We just saw Texas go through a horrible heat wave. And I thought it was absolutely horrible because if you remember, in 2000, Texas had that amazing cold snap, right? And what happened was it took out that semiconductor plant, which affected the entire world. Why? Because ironically, I think it was within 30 days of that happening, we saw a chip facility plant burn to the ground in Japan. Interesting, huh? Now, something interesting that actually could be a good thing. We've talked about the bird flu. We've been talking about that since November. We've seen the price of eggs skyrocket. That is because of a shortage, because of the bird flu. When there's less birds available, chickens, to produce eggs, we see the price go up. And it's really interesting because I've gotten comments before where people say, oh yeah, but it's not affecting where I am because there's plenty of eggs in the store. No, you don't get it. That shelf might be full, but the prices are higher because there's fewer of them. So the store is choosing to pay a higher price, and in turn, they're sharing that higher price with you. Well, now this heat wave, there's a news story here. After 40 million birds have died from this bird flu. Because we've also, remember, seen the price of chicken go up, right? Exponentially in the stores. Again, because of the bird flu. Well, this news story right here is saying after 40 million dead birds, hot weather may be killing off the bird flu virus. Now, that's something to actually get excited about, quite frankly. It says 40 million birds have died from the avian flu since February. That's just since February. USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Services confirmed the detection of bird flu in 372 commercial and backyard flocks in 36 states. This bird flu has still not made it over to us yet on the West Coast. But the end might be in sight. It says in 2015, the last case of the highly pathogenic avian influenza was at this time confirmed in a commercial flock, ending the 2014-2015 record-setting outbreak. That outbreak drew to a close as the summer heat arrived. Well, just like back then, we're seeing, and it's like flu with humans too. When the heat comes out, we tend to be outside, we're getting the sun, and the flu virus does not stick with you. And so it's happening again. Thank heavens, this heat wave is gonna kill this off, hopefully. But what if it doesn't? Are you ready for it? Or let's just say it keeps going. Are you ready to suffer those consequences? You know, in countries where we experience hyperinflation, food explodes in price, right? And the reason why food explodes in price is not only is the purchasing power of the currency going down, what happens is producers of food, a lot of them have to go out of business because they weren't hedged properly, and they didn't have the money to pay their employees or for the higher fuel prices, things like that. So they go out of business. So it means there's less producers of food, meaning there's less food. In Venezuela, eggs went up on a higher percentage rate than gold did. Now you think about that, you're going, all right, I've got gold, I've got some food, but on a percentage basis. And the problem with percentage, very few people actually think in percentage terms. They actually think in dollar terms. I had a comment the other day, you know, gold's not gonna help you, it's not gonna make you rich. Because what's it done in the last 2 years? It's only went up about $300. Who cares about $300? Well, let me tell you why you should care about $300. Wealthy people think in percentages. Right now, the stock market has fallen over 20%. As a matter of fact, it's taken out all of its highs since 2020. It is back now to where it was in 2020. Gold is up $300, which is, I believe, around 18%. That's just some fast ninja math. But that's why people are rich. They think in percentage terms. They do not think in dollar terms. So the person that bought an ounce of gold in 2020 is up. His wealth has increased by what, 15 or something, 18%, whatever that is. The person that bought the stocks has break even. And I have a feeling that is about, and just so you guys know, a lot of wealthy people, very wealthy people, we're talking billionaire stats, are telling you we're gonna lose 80% of the stock market in this downturn. I believe that to be true as well. I believe it's really gonna hit in the fall. So the question is, what are you thinking? Are you thinking in percentage terms? Are you thinking in dollar terms? Going back to food, eggs went up on a greater percentage than gold, all right? So you asked me, what is the most important part? You can actually be doing both, but right now you have to put your priority on food and getting out of debt, because you can have all the gold in the world, but if you have to trade it someday for eggs, it's not the best thing, right? So you come up with a plan. What do I normally eat? What do I normally enjoy doing? If you get out of debt, you're gonna have a lot more options, especially you're gonna be part of this group. We call it Ninja Nation. If you're new to this channel, and I suggest you stick around and watch, because this is gonna be pretty epic, because there's gonna be millions of people around the world that are prepared for this. They're not afraid to dive in on these lows, because that's the other thing. Psychologically, if you're not thinking about percentages, you're gonna lose. But if you're not ready to jump in and dive in when this crash happens, because, oh, it could go a little bit lower, it doesn't matter if it could go a little lower. If you buy an investment right, like real estate, and it's cash flowing based off of what you set out, I'm gonna put out a little bit of money out, you're gonna do all that stuff, you're gonna make money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the most important part. But a lot of people are afraid. Oh, it could go down more. That's a loser mentality. You buy your real estate right, you put the proper amount down, and I'm not joking. You should be able to get cash flow real estate in a good market when it's crashing with the minimum down. Minimum. That's, you put the very little bit down and you're cash flowing. That's a winning investment. So I want people that are ready for that. I want people that are prepared, and then I want to go charge the mountain and take the mountain of debt and death. A system that's been built for literally centuries. But up until now, we've never had a better opportunity to win. That's what I want. I want to hang out with winners. I want to be a part of this winning group, and you guys are those winners. So thought I'd do this walk. Every time I go by somebody, it's so awkward. I'm just walking by, I'm talking to my phone. People are like, doing this. I don't want to walk. Really nice. They don't want to walk in front of the camera. Man, it's super awkward. So I don't know, Dan, if I'm gonna be able to pull this off, but the camera's all shaking. Oh, I'm dizzy. Hopefully you're not driving and watching this. Don't do that. It's very bad. But with that being said, I thank you for hanging out. Thank you for going on this walk with me. The ninja needs some coffee. This is the ninja without coffee, just so you know. Pretty boring. All right, guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.